Hey guys, kinggath here with some mod news. Today we've got to talk about Voiceapalooza as we are back for the Modathon to raise money for the Alzheimer's Association with Wes Johnson. And we've got the Fallout 4 100 gig patch for consoles, which is big news for the community, and we're going to talk about what that means for us. And of course, we got a lot of mods to share with you guys, both as SS2 add-ons and city plans, but also some other community things that are pretty exciting. Before we get into all that, of course, we got to thank our patrons who help keep the lights on around here, make sure that our devs aren't paying for things like Google storage space, our website, things like that. So I'm going to shout out a couple of you today, and if you signed up recently, don't hear your name, I will get you in the next video. So huge shout out, and thanks to, there's my Butcher of the Week, Situaxion. I think we got that right. We'll try it. Situaxion and Mr. O. You guys rock. Thank you guys for helping us out. All right, let's get into the mod news. So first up, Voiceapalooza. This is our 4th year doing this. If you're not familiar with this, we do a mod jam where over 48 hours, you will see a bunch of us build out a mod in real time. And it tends to have a new weapon, new armor, a player home, a new companion character, and a big old quest line. And we get this voiced by professional voice actors, including Wes Johnson himself, and we're hoping to have a few special guests this year. So we are very, very excited to do this. And again, we're doing it all on camera to help the Alzheimer's Association. They are struggling against a horrible disease, and we want to see them eradicate it. And so we're hoping that you guys can help us raise some money for that. And some other dates on that same timeline are June 22nd. 4 p.m. Central. That is when Wes Johnson is going to pop on and do his recording. So while we do most of the actual mod jam at the end of the month, all in one weekend, there are a few things we do in advance. One of those is the writing. The second is some of the voice actor recordings for the voice actors who can't be there with us on the actual mod jam day. So Wes Johnson is going to do his June 22nd. So then the actual mod jam will happen the 27th and 28th. We'll be streaming from about 8 a.m. Central Time until midnight Sunday. So it's about a 40-hour mod jam, so a little shy of the 48. But we will wake up early in the morning, go all day, and then repeat. And some of us will take brief breaks. Others will go as much as they can. It's a lot of fun and a lot of chaos, and we often are taking community suggestions during the mod jam that might alter the course of the mods. Now, the first batch of that is that June 11th poll stream where you guys can vote kind of the direction we go on things, but if you tune in real time, you'll often have some input as well. Then the final date for that is July 1st. July 1st at 4 p.m. Central. We're going to reveal the final mod. Gopher is going to be hosting that on YouTube, and Wes Johnson and myself will be in the background doing commentary as we've done every year. So that should be a ton of fun. And then we'll release it. Then either that day or the day after, we will release the mod for all of you guys to play, and hopefully collect just a few more donations after that once it's out in the world. So this will be a free mod available for everybody sometime in early July. So we're going to be building this. Again, the dates are June 11th, June 22nd, June 27th and 28th, and then July 1st. So hopefully those are all printed on screen for you right now. All right, let's talk about the 100 gig patch for Xbox players for Fallout 4. This is something we've been excited and waiting for a very long time, and it looks like the way this is going to play out is for Xbox Series X and S, they are going to get the 100 gig update, and for the older Xboxes, so if you're still playing on an Xbox One, a 15 gig space update, which both are fantastic. Now, at the time of this video, by the time you're hearing this, should already have come out. So if you had missed out on the opportunity to back up your load order, it's too late. Hopefully you got that news so that you don't have to re-download all of your mods from scratch. But hopefully you guys have made it past that out the other side safely. So what does this mean for Sim Settlements 2? One of the things everybody's asking for is, can we put extended on Xbox? And the answer is sort of. So one of the things that Bethesda changed with the last patch to Fallout 4, or rather the Anniversary Edition patch to Fallout 4, is that there is a limit to how big the mods are that can upload to Bethesda.net. Last I checked, it was 1 gig, but it may be mistaken, maybe 2 gigs. But either way, extended is about 6 gigabytes, so far too large for us to upload on Xbox as is. So what we're going to do is create a slimmed down version of extended that has as close to the limit as we can of content for you, but we want to leave some space in case we end up putting out more content so that you guys can get it. So we're going to focus on the things we think everybody will want the most. So one of those will be the quests. So the quests that are normally locked behind extended will get into an Xbox version of extended. The things like the sounds that are missing, the building plans, and then what we'll not include with that will be things like the extended textures. Like we're not going to include all of the face textures or the higher res textures. We're going to exclude that stuff because it's pretty significant amount of size, but we're going to cram as much of the content related things as we can into the Xbox version. And of course, whether we can upload 1 or 2 gigs will determine how much of that content. And then we're going to try and leave a buffer so that we can get more content to you guys. Another way we have that we can move things around is that SS2, the core of the mod, is not up to 1 gig. In fact, it has quite a bit of room left in it, as we can squeeze some of the assets into that. So we can kind of distribute some more of the assets that are extended across the others now that console players will have more space. So our goal is to try and maximize the space we have and get you guys as much of the content as we can. Now that those of you guys playing on the series will have a whole lot of room, but obviously we don't want to bogart it all. We want to leave you guys plenty of space to have more mods, and hopefully you guys can get closer to those PC level insane load orders. All right, speaking of load orders, let's take a look at some new mods this month. The first one we have is KJ Radaway Inn by kaotickj, and this is a new add-on that adds a 3x3 residential building plan. So just one, but it's one for a whole bunch of people. So if you're looking to cram a lot more people into a single building plan, check out KJ Radaway Inn by kaotickj. Next up, we've got some city plans. The first up is by Mystic Rogue. This is for Coastal Cottage, and this is going to be a single level city plan. So it's going to build right up at the max out of the gate. It includes support for 20 settlers. Then there's a whole series of city plans and outpost plans for a variety of settlements by foolsama. So we've got one of each, a city and outpost plan for Sunshine and Tidings Co-op. We've got one outpost plan for Coastal Cottage, and then we've got outpost plans for 2 mod added settlements, one for Mystic Pines and one for University Point. So if you look down in the description below, I'll have a link both to those city plans and to the corresponding mods you will need to run those. So a whole bunch of new city plans to play with from foolsama. Again, I'll have them all linked below. Now, you guys know sometimes I like to cover some stuff that's not directly SS2 related, and one of those is this mod. This is Boat to Spectacle Island Animated by KriticalGuy. This is just a cool little way to travel to Spectacle Island. You actually get to ride a little animated boat across, and since Spectacle Island is a settlement, I thought I would showcase this one. Pretty cool little mod. And then lastly, we've got one that's not really a mod, it's more a tool, but it's one I want to get a lot of attention on, because the more people using this early while the developer is active, the more likely we can get feature requests and bug reports in so that we can have this as a long-term tool. This tool is called FO4 NPC Manager, and it is really cool. It lets you edit NPC records outside of the creation kit. So you can actually load up face records and mess around with their facial geometry, similar to what you could do in the game. You can even modify their character records and their outfits, not in like Outfit Studio where you're actually morphing the outfits, but where you can choose what clothing they're wearing and then save it out as a new plugin. And it will even generate archive files for you. So it's a real interesting way to make new mods, but also as mod authors, we can use this to augment our workflow when we're designing characters to go in mods. For example, those of us working on Conqueror 2. So highly recommend, if you're a mod author, go check out FO4 NPC Manager, give it a spin, give the mod author some feedback and bug reports and stuff, and help them make this thing just a long-term amazing tool. This is FO4 NPC Manager by Manilov02. So that will be linked below as well. All right, guys, I'm going to reiterate one more time on the charity. Definitely join us. This is for a very good cause, and I'm really hoping to see we can raise even more money than years past. This is a ton of fun, but it's only fun because you guys join us. We obviously don't want to like torture ourselves and go sleepless nights without an audience. So please come join us, cheer us on, and we'll see if we can put a dent in the fight on Alzheimer's. All right, guys, take care and enjoy the mods.